Thank you for tuning in to Upland Inside the Game. I am Blood Spirit. What an absolutely mind-blowing week that we have had. Wow. I mean, the comments that are going on in the comment section, the way that people are dreaming and getting excited about their future and what could be, the potential, the opportunity that is out there is just getting me so jacked up. And man, I've got to do a little bit of house cleaning to start off with. We're going to talk about the safest. I think it's not going to work without the other two. Trust me on that. We're going to have the other two, and it's going to be vital. I don't think the other two is going to be a problem to fill. I think that most everybody that's not paying attention to this channel is going to want some sort of business that's going to, what we've talked about in the first two, entertainment, all that kind of good stuff. So I don't think that's going to be a problem to have to fill it. What I think is going to be the most overlooked is going to be the residentials, and for multiple reasons. It's usually the comments when I bring up, hey, you can have a virtual property, you can rent out a virtual apartment, and you can decorate and all that kind of stuff, which I was actually saying facetious in the beginning because I couldn't wrap my head around how we were going to make that work. Why would somebody purchase a virtual reality? And I'll go over that in a second. But first, let's take care of the housekeeping. The subscriptions are going off the wall. This is crazy. This channel is absolutely growing. For as young as this channel is, and I'm not calling myself young. Let's cut that out right away. I'm not that big of denial. Is young, and as short as this channel has been up, the subscriptions are going crazy. But you need to click that deep dive bell. Click the bell. Click on deep dive. Also, there's a 50%. Get 50% more UPIX on your very first and first only purchase. I strongly recommend to do more than $5. Take advantage of that. It's free UPIX. It's going to get you more properties. It's going to put yourself in a position to where you're going to have more businesses and make more money when the metaverse comes. So take advantage of that. Also, I've got a new Facebook channel in there that I'm working on periodically, trying to make it to where it looks good. I'm got my Discord down in there. I have a hard time finding time, folks. I'm sorry. I would love to chat with you all day, all long. I work for a corporation. They eat up a ton of my time. I do not, and it's going to get worse as the spring, summer, and all that comes around. I do not have the time to spend a lot of time talking to you. I apologize. I would really, if it was a dream world, that's all I would do all day long is talk to you folks all day long. Everybody that I've talked to so far is just super awesome. So there's the house cleaning. The disclaimer. It was told to me today, and I was not happy to hear it, but it was told to me, you know what, Blood, you're coming out here telling all these people right now that they're going to be able to put this business in there and that business and this business. What happens if Upland decides that, and everybody else is right that you've talked to, and all they're going to do is put an NFT businesses in there, and that's all it's going to be? I don't know. First of all, I would be extremely disappointed. Are you kidding me? You have full control of the metaverse. You are tapped into that 100%, and the only thing you're going to allow to open is an NFT businesses. Are you? Okay. I would be so extremely disappointed. I think I'd probably be done. I don't know how I would react to it, because in my mind, what I'm hearing from these people, it's so much more than that. But I might be overreading. I've done it before, even though it's my career that I have to read minds practically. I've made mistakes before, and many times, and got it all wrong. I hope I'm not, so let's get back into the positivity. But just in case, this is what I would do. The residentials. The most overlooked part of this game. Scratched up my voice earlier. The most overlooked part of this game. This is so super cool. So imagine you have an 8-unit apartment complex. Imagine if renting it out, you were going to pay $125 a year to have an apartment. I'm thinking it's going to be more like 200, but I'm going to use $125 a year as your rental for an apartment, or somebody else that's can't get property, because we're going to sell out of property, and they should limit it to a certain amount of areas. But that's all they can get, right? So they have to rent it out. So if you have 8 units in an apartment complex, 125 a year times 8 is $1,000 a year. If you have 10, that's $10,000 a year. Starting to get serious. If you have 100, that's $100,000 a year income. And something that started off as a game. I know that people are I'm getting all kinds of garbage thrown at me about get rid of the standing income. What would you rather have? Be honest. Right now, let's say I can give you an exact account of one of these big whales, and you can get a $3 million a month UPEX income. $3 million a month, which you will have to eventually turn into properties and then sell it for under the value of what those UPEX you bought them at. So you're not going to get $3,000, but let's just say you could. That's three. What would you rather have? Doing all that work to get your money, or have 100 properties with an apartment complex on it and make $100,000 a year income? Which one would you rather have? It's why I say the standing order's got to go. It's got to get placed somewhere else. But what would you rather have? It's a no-brainer to me. Are you kidding me? Put stretch marks on my checking account. That's what I want you to do. That's what I would do. Okay, that's how I would make it. But the biggest challenge is the why. Why would somebody spend $125 a year on a virtual property? You wouldn't be able to be in the metaverse. You wouldn't be able to use the Upland metaverse. Not everything. You can use minor things. You can use anything that's actually owned by the Upland team. But ours, you wouldn't be able to shop at. You wouldn't be able to shop inside my restaurant. You wouldn't be able to shop. You would only be able to do public things, not private, individual. You wouldn't be able to use those. You can't use them. You have to have a resident. You wouldn't be able to buy a car. And we're going to talk about travel and how travel is going to have to change in order to make all this work. I mean, you can't fly from property to property. I'll give you an example. Why would Coca-Cola want to put a billboard up on this street if you're just going to fly past it and never see it? They won't. It has to go away. I'm really becoming enemy number one. But think about it. It's going to have to go away to be able to maximize the dollars from these investors that are going to come into the game. It's the only way. Maybe they have something better. I don't know. It's just maybe my brain ain't stretched out far enough to figure out what would be better. But I think that's the only way. But I keep hearing this. Well, why would I want to go in there and shop in your metaverse and shop? Pay $125 to go in there and shop. I don't know. I've been asked that question many times to myself. I've asked so many people that question. I have no idea why anybody would ever spend $100 and some odd change a year for an Amazon Prime account. But almost everybody does. And we're going to offer way more. We're going to offer entertainment. We're going to offer competitions. We're going to offer community. We're going to offer conversations. We're going to meeting people, making friends, meeting with your family, getting together on the weekends in a virtual home, and instead of trying to talk to people on Teams or webs, whatever. We're going to offer a virtual life, shopping, everything. It's so much more. So much more for $125 a year. That's it. And we're all making a killing at that price. My name is Blood Spirit. This is Upland Inside the Game. Keep dreaming.